They had imagined this moment for months, but reality had even more magic. August had always been just another month on the calendar, but in 2004, it became a turning point. After months of slow, steady connection, Dee decided she would travel to the Philippines. There was a one-week vacation in Japan that August, and her friends also wanted to visit. That gave her the courage she needed. Traveling alone scared her, but this time she wouldn't be alone. She shared the plan with Bee, who lit up at the news. Together, they searched for cheap flights and affordable hotels. Bee took the lead in helping plan the itinerary. After all, she knew the Philippines best. They were both excited and scared. Dee had never traveled for someone before. Bee had never opened her home to someone she hadn't met in person. But somehow, it didn't feel like they were strangers. They talked every day, shared playlists, exchanged stories, songs, food. It felt like they already knew everything about each other, like they were soulmates who simply hadn't met yet. The day finally came. At the airport, Dee's heart beat fast. Her suitcase felt light, but her emotions didn't. Anxiety, hope, joy, fear, all mixed in a single breath. Everything they had built virtually was about to become real. The tropical air wrapped around Dee the moment she stepped out of the airport. But it was Bee's smile in the arrival lobby that melted everything else away. It wasn't a shy meeting. It was a reunion. Their eyes met, their hands touched. Their hug was long, like it had been waiting for years. The first few days were full of discovery. Bee welcomed Dee into her home. On the first morning, they walked through the village to buy pandesal, a soft, slightly sweet Filipino bread roll, best eaten warm. They visited the Venice Grand Canal Mall in BGC, wandered through old churches, and after a few days, flew to Boracay. The island was paradise. Dee, who never really liked traveling, found herself at ease, not because of the place, but because of who she was with. Bee showed her around with joy, like someone proudly introducing the woman she loved to her world. They visited hidden cafes, explored markets, found quiet corners where time slowed. And though Dee hadn't planned on it, something inside her shifted. She began to feel something more. Not just about Bee, but about herself, about being seen, supported, safe. She felt light, freer than she had in years. It was the kind of happiness that didn't need big words, the kind you feel in shared glances and in silences that doesn't feel awkward at all. They took photos, laughed at signs they couldn't read, shared desserts, shared peace. Everything was real, so real it almost hurt to think it would end. One evening, on the beach as the sun dipped low, Dee held Bee's hand. Her voice trembled. "Thank you. You don't know how happy I am that I met you, and how much better you've made my days." Bee squeezed her hand gently, eyes misty. "Thank you too, for finding me, for that message on Instagram. You've made my days better too." Under that painted sky, Something unspoken was finally understood. A quiet commitment, not labeled, not defined, but felt. Sealed in gestures, in presence, in trust. When the trip ended, they both knew it wasn't the end, it was just the beginning. The distance would return, yes, but they were no longer afraid of it. Their calls became longer again, their laughter louder, their surprises sweeter. Grab deliveries continued, playlists were updated, and even though it had only been a month since they were together, Dee was already making plans. Her birthday was coming in 2 months, and this time she'd go alone. August changed everything, but what happens when the heart wants more? Chapter 4 brings a return, a celebration, and a question that will change everything.